Patriot.
Hey, this is Skylar.
My name's the Devil's Rejects.
I'm the big-time wrestling heavyweight champion, Flex Armstrong.
I'm the connected
Share.
Rusev Day every day?
It's Rusev Day every day.
Exactly.
And you're watching the Wrestling Connection.
And you're watching Wrestling Connection.
And watch the Wrestling Connection.
You're watching the Wrestling Connection.
I hear that women gain immortality from licking the feet of babies.
What? Say.
Be connected, get connected, and stay connected, brothers.
Allison.
Hello, Allison, and welcome to the.
Be connected, get connected, stay connected.
Let's get the big. Oh, of course, we have the official presentation. Thank you.
Get connected, be evil, or die.
Moving on.
Be connected, get connected, stay connected.
Hello and welcome to episode 273 of the most award-winning must-see talk show to every Bedford Airways or any areas for that matter, north, south, east, west, backwards, frontwards, sideways, diagonal, whichever way you want to look at it, all around the world, the Wrestling Connection. I am your host, the consumer of wrestling knowledge, the prize for the Wrestling Connection, the literal breaker of Kens, the legacy of Team Kaufman, Dan Kaufman here to deliver all the news you need to know in wrestling today. And we gotta stop meeting like this. I meant to be here last week, and once again, something kept getting in the way. So next week, I am going to do 2 shows. You can hold me to that, because I meant to do it this week, and things fell through. Of course they did. But I have things I want to talk about. I want to talk about Jon Moxley. Oh, wait. Why do these keep sneaking up on me? Once again, we got to hit our paper preview, view. Seriously, these things just keep showing up. I want more time, but we got to go with what we got to go with. And it is time for WWE's Extreme Rules. Look at that. It's like a poster on my wall. Look at that. It's like my wall. But yeah, look at this. Look at this poster. Can you see who they're trying to promote? Just a teensy bit. Just a teensy bit. So, WWE Extreme Rules, it is our penultimate pay-per-view before one of our big 4, which is SummerSlam, which is going to be in August. So, after this, we're going to have a little more time. Because it's only been 3 weeks, people, for me. Because I had the review, I had the week where I unfortunately couldn't make it, and now I have this. Seriously, where is the time flying with this stuff? Regardless, we are here, and we will proceed. And interestingly enough, and I mean this interestingly enough, considering the fact this had such short build, there's already 10 matches on the card. Seriously, 10 matches already. And we'll start off with the kickoff, which of course will be the cruiserweights, right? Always the cruiserweights. You know, it's kind of funny. Not a single one of these matches are considered Extreme Rules. There are some no-holds-barred matches, but that's about it. But as I said, we're starting off with the cruiserweights. Our new cruiserweight champion, Drew Gulak, will be defending against the previous champion, Tony Nese, the premier athlete. So, Drew Gulak won it via a triple threat with Tony Nese and Akira Tozawa. And Tony has once again come back to try and reclaim the title that was his. Didn't last that long. I mean, he won the belt at WrestleMania. He had some good defenses on 205 Live itself. He had a good match against Ari Daivari. And then he lost the belt to Drew Gulak. So, Drew Gulak, who everyone's been wanting to see what he can do with the belt. So, the question is Tony Nese going to get it back? I say no. I say, like, Drew Gulak just got the belt. People want to see what he can do with it, and they want to see how he will retain it. Is he going to be as ruthless as we want, or is he going to start being a little bit of a coward heel? Yeah, you know what, the chicken word heel. But I think he's going to be pretty, you know, resourceful without being too cowardly. And I feel it's going to be a good balance. So I call Drew Gulak to retain. All right. Now for a man who we haven't seen since, I would say, WrestleMania. Hey guys, guess what? Aleister Black's finally getting a match. And look at that match, huh? Aleister versus Cesaro. Not a match you'd think you'd get to see, but a match we'll be very pleased to experience. You know, we've already been getting quality matches between Cesaro and Ricochet. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up their series of matches on Raw. They're quite something to behold. And Aleister has literally been sitting in the dark going, won't somebody knock on my door? Oh, someone knocked on my door. Oh, they ran off. Won't somebody knock on my door? Hey, it's who knocked on my door? Oh, look, it's Cesaro. Oh, man. I've been waiting. Look, nobody likes seeing promos over and over and over again when you have not seen the guy in action in so long. Aleister has not been injured, according to any reports. It's just literally waiting for him to do something. So we're finally getting this match. I am praying that they're actually going to put it on quality. I feel there's no way they're going to have Aleister lose. He is too new to the scene, and he is too promising. He is a former NXT champion. I know it doesn't really mean much, but I feel that they're going to want to push the new blood as opposed to the old blood. Cesaro, I feel, is going to make him look great, but I feel he's not going to get the win. I feel Black Mass for the pinfall. 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black will take home his first singles pay-per-view win on the main roster. Next up, and just so you know, these are going in order for no titles on the line. So next up is the stage-destroying Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman in a last man standing match. So, these two have been going back and forth. They did some poses. They did a tug of war. And last time the two of them faced off each other, they ended up going through the stage, which it is rumored that they are now going to be replacing with a new stage design logo, which would be pretty cool. So now it's going to be, you know, whoever can keep the other person down the longest. Now, it's tough to call, really, because Braun Strowman really hasn't been pushed that well. You know, ever since I can't even remember how long. Because, you know, 2 years ago, two Manias ago, he won the tag titles basically by himself. He won it with like a 10-year-old. Then the Mania after, he's in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. You can see how bad this is going, and hasn't really had much at all. Bobby Lashley, on the other hand, has been part of the main event for a while, but that's only because he's been chilling and hanging out with Baron friggin' Corbin. He's been, I guess, the dumb muscle, which is interesting considering the fact Drew McIntyre is there too. That's why I have to add the dumb part, because Drew McIntyre is muscle and psychopathy. So neither of them are really looking great. I mean, Bobby Lashley's lost Leo Rush, so he lost his mouthpiece, which is really going to hurt him in the long run. Which stinks, because Leo Rush was great. And unfortunately, he's just not going to be with the company anymore. C'est la vie, right? But as opposed to this match, I'm hearing rumors that Paul Heyman wants to push Braun Strowman to get him back to that monster heel area. So, that's enough for me. I'm calling Braun Strowman to win. All right, next up, it will be the last match without a title, but still a bit of a big one because it is Roman Reigns and The Undertaker teaming up against Shane McMahon and Drew McIntyre. So, essentially, this is going to be Roman versus Drew with crazy spots from The Undertaker and Shane. I'm not wrong here. It's more than obvious to us who've been paying attention that The Undertaker's doing this to wash the bad taste out of his mouth from the last Saudi Arabia match he had with Goldberg. You know, no one wants that to be their last match. That's why Goldberg came back to deal after the Lesnar match. You know, he wanted one last chance, and he got it, and it was a great run, and then he came back for more Saudi Arabian money. So guess what? I hear Goldberg wants another match too. We'll see what that happens there. From what I'm hearing, it might be him versus Matt Riddle. Yikes. That'd be pretty cool. It would. As long as, you know, they map it out and don't kill each other. But as to this, you know, Shane McMahon is still on his glory path, and he has Drew McIntyre as his heavy. And, you know, Roman Reigns has been getting in his way, just like The Miz was, but apparently The Miz is no longer really a factor. Miz is dealing with Elias. So, Roman is on his own. He's getting beaten up by Drew and Shane left and right. You know, even though Roman proved his dominance at Stomping Grounds, apparently that wasn't enough. So Shane and Drew are going to beat him up more, and then Undertaker comes and saves the day. So that's where we are here. Apparently this is a no-holds-barred tag team match, which means it's probably going to be a tornado tag match for a good while. And if you honestly think The Undertaker is going to lose the match that he wants to wash the bad taste out of his mouth, you're dead wrong. Undertaker and Roman are taking this. So far, this has been a pretty straightforward affair. The only one... No, none of them. I'm confident on all of them. I'm confident in Drew Gulak. I'm confident in Aleister Black. I'm confident in Braun Strowman. And I'm confident in Undertaker and Roman. The only one that might surprise me is Bobby. Bobby Lashley beating Braun, but that was it. But so far, I feel this is pretty straightforward. No real unsure spots. Let's change that. Getting to the tag team division now. And we have the Revival, Dash Wilder and Scott Dawson, versus the Usos, Jimmy and Jay. Now, we've gotten some back and forth between these teams for a while, especially since after Mania. They've been going back and forth. You know, Vince McMahon got his hands on the Usos for a little while, and he was messing with their characters. No one really appreciated that. Hashtag Usi Hot. Yeah, if you've been watching TV, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But they've still been putting on great matches, and the Revival have had wins over the Usos, just like the Usos have had wins over the Revival in their own ways. I mean, there have been a lot of six-man tag matches lately. Let's put it that way. But we're finally having this come to a head. The Usos are going to be taking on the Revival. So, who's taking it? That's a really good question. This one I'm not so sure of. I'm going to say... See, I'm really not sure. Like, the Revival could absolutely take it. The Revival can keep hold of the belts. But then it makes me think, who else is there to really challenge for them? The Viking Raiders? But they're heel team now. The Club, they're also heel team now. So you'd want a face team to have the belts. All right. I'm calling the Usos to take the belts. Process of elimination here. If you really think about what tag teams are out there, I think they could do it. Absolutely. I think the Usos will take the belts. It'll be cool to see them. And then they'll have more screen time. And if they have more screen time, they'll be able to bring in the crowd that they are popular with. And they have more popular fans than the Revival. The Revival already signed. They can't do anything now. They can be there as much or as little as the WWE want. But you're going to see a pattern here. I'm going to go with what Paul Heyman will use. What will resonate with fans more. And the Usos just had the charisma. Absolutely. All right. Next up will be the SmackDown tag titles, where the champions, Daniel Bryan and Rowan, will defend against the New Day, Xavier Woods and Big E, and Heavy Machinery, Tucker and Otis, in a triple threat. So, this is a bit of a tricky one, in my opinion. Because Daniel Bryan, I feel, will not be around without a belt of some kind. The tag team ones are a bit of a tricky one because I don't think Heavy Machinery are taking this. So it's really between the Green Day and the New Day. New Day and Green Day. So this stinks because at first I was thinking New Day because I thought that they would want the New Day having all the gold. But I'm also hearing Kofi being injured, which would give Samoa Joe a chance to finally take the belt. Interesting. You know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to say the New Day are going to take it. The New Day, I feel, are going to take the belts. And we'll see what that leads to later on in the show. Because it can mean a bunch of things. And I'll be interested to see it. Now then, we have our United States Championship match between Ricochet, our new champion, and AJ Styles in what I would consider quite the dream match for WWE. These two are incredible. Ricochet has been one of the most breathtaking athletes on the main roster. Anytime he's in a match, it is incredible. And, as I keep hearing, Ricochet is going to be pushed because he will resonate with the newer crowd. You know, the people who want to see the high-flying stunts. Basically, don't put him on 205 Live, have him do something incredible on the main roster. He is basically going to be like Rey Mysterio. Except fresher. Less injured. Sorry, Ray. So, but at the same time, AJ Styles has the club reformed. He has turned heel. He is ready and prepared in all contingencies, but I also hear he's injured. So I feel they're going to keep Ricochet on the fast track, on the up and up, and I feel he's going to retain. So good for Ricochet. I can't wait to see what he does. I think this is going to be an amazing match, as long as AJ isn't too hurt. All right, so I got to get up the next matches. Give me a moment, please. Come on. Boop. There we go. Took a little while, but I got them up. Our only straight women's match of the evening. Bayley versus Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross in a 2-on-1 handicap match. Now, this one's very tricky because there's storylines abound in this. There is Alexa and Nikki. Alexa has been sick from what I hear, so she hasn't been on TV lately. Nikki Cross has said that no matter who wins between Alexa or Nikki, they'll be considered co-champions. I don't know if Alexa agrees to that. Second, they've made comments as to pertaining to someone on Bayley's side, in Bayley's corner. And like, I'll mention this now. Sasha Banks has been taking pictures in Japan, but when she first started, she had dyed her hair back to brown. Now her hair's back to purple, the way it was when she was in WWE, which really does give credence to the rumors of her returning. I'm going to be shocked if and when she does, because I understand how brutal it's been, but you need something big if you really want to have her come back, because you don't want to have her come back and then just sit on the sidelines and do nothing. So, if Alexa and Nikki lose, there's a storyline between them where Alexa can go against Nikki and say it's her fault and could lead to conflict. If they win, it could lead to conflict because they're co-champions, a la Jericho and Owens. I am co-universal champion. So who do I think? See, the real issue is Alexa has been it's been very rare keeping her on a consistent working schedule. I'm going to say Bayley is going to retain. I'm not 100% sure because it could work either way. I'm going to say Bayley's going to retain via some kind of mistake between Nikki and Alexa. And Bayley will probably get like a quick roll-up victory and powder out. It might have Sasha interferes at all, but the rumor is Sasha's coming back at SummerSlam. So, we'll see. 2 matches left, and it is for the bigger championships. So first off, we got Kofi versus Samoa Joe. So, last time we had seen Kofi, dominating as he do, which has been pretty cool. He beat both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in quick fashion. He rolled up. I forget if it was roll up or Trouble in Paradise, but he pinned Sami Zayn, and then he did the SOS on Kevin Owens onto the diamond mat, which caused a countout victory. And then he immediately got attacked from behind by Samoa Joe, laid out. Samoa Joe actually handed Kofi his first on-screen loss since winning the belt, which is very surprising considering how long Kofi's actually held the belt, which has been very cool. Samoa Joe said, "Shake my hand or you're going to see me hurting the people you love most." And Kofi decided to flip him something where you have to read between the lines here. It's been a very interesting build. And normally I'd say Kofi stays strong, but he's also now injured. If they work that into storyline where he's hurt, can't really compete, but he still tries his hardest. I know, this is dumb. This is not the way you should be doing it. I'm aware. But I did say that the New Day just won the tag titles. And when you think, awesome, all of New Day are going to hold the belts, imagine Samoa Joe taking the belt away. I know this is dumb. I know Samoa Joe isn't booked strong, despite the fact he should. He should be booked so strong. So, against my better judgment here, I am saying Samoa Joe's actually taking it. I'm saying this man is actually going to take it. Do not disappoint me, Joe. Oh, God, I got to pin my stomach for saying that. Kofi's hurt. He might not be able to compete at his max capacity. This might actually give them a chance. Oh, good. They might do it. They could have Brock cash in. If Brock cashes in, then it doesn't matter. Kofi can win, and then Brock is now champion, which he won't be there on SmackDown every single night. You know that he won't. All right, and now for the most obvious match, I think, on the entire card. The main event, people. Once again, Baron Corbin is in the main event. We have the mixed tag match of Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, the actual couple, versus Baron Corbin and Lacey Evans. Who do you think? Let me remind you who is actually on the poster that they've been promoting. Who do you think? Huh? Who do you think is going to win this match? Do you really think that with all their leaving audience, that they're actually going to put the belts on Baron and Lacey? When Seth, who can call himself the Kingslayer, the Beast Slayer, all these different names where people actually chant "burn it down" when he comes out, and people are elated whenever he wins matches. Becky Lynch, the biggest star at this moment, the biggest star for a while, the one everyone remembers bloodied and victorious during their Survivor Series invasion. The woman who won the very first ever triple threat women's match main event at WrestleMania. You think they're going to lose? Especially now that they're an actual on-screen couple? I show you the poster again. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me they will give the Universal Champion, Raw's top title, to Baron Corbin so he could be in the main event and boring thousands to millions every single Monday. Tell me they're going to give the Raw Women's Championship to Lacey Evans, who just showed up a little while ago. I know that it's been a while. Technically, I call it since Royal Rumble. That's her actual debuting match. But in terms of actual matches, hasn't been that many. Untested, and Becky is a cross-gender champion, in my opinion, because she's been beating, Mike Kanellis, tapped him out. She told John Cena he can't see her. She calls herself the man and tells you it doesn't matter who it is, I'll tap them out. Tell me they're going to take the belt off her and put it on Lacey Evans. Not happening. There you go. 10 matches. In the bank. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. What do I have to be sorry for? All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Stay tuned next week where I will have my paper review as well as an extra episode where I will be going into the career of one Jon Moxley post-WWE. That'll be a big one for me because I actually really want to talk about it. I've wanted to talk about this for weeks. Over a month, I'd say. But in the meantime, I thank everybody for watching. I ask you to continue watching. I look forward to hearing from you. And as always, be connected, get connected, stay connected. Oh, and for anyone interested, this Saturday, tomorrow, we have an Evolve event. Anyone in the Massachusetts area, go to Melrose, and you'll have a special event for Evolve where you actually will have a meet and greet with Matt Riddle, Tommaso Ciampa, and Johnny Gargano. I wish I had heard about this earlier. I would have gotten it off, and I would have been there. Also, make sure to stay tuned for AEW's Fight for the Fallen, where a portion of its proceeds will go to survivors of gun violence, which I think is an incredible thing to do. And I look forward to the amazing matches that they're going to have there, including a match where we get to look forward to Cody and Dustin in their natural personas versus the Young Bucks. Yes. Definitely yes. Have a very nice night, people.